Hello and welcome. This is Sahara playing Starfield, and we are in Neon, and I came here to see if I could find some more followers, and I have. So, first off, I'm going to bring Barrett, and when I was looking at him, I see that he has, something else that I can talk to him about. I have Mickey and Sophie with me. I got them he was from the Astra Lounge, and she was Euphorica, I believe. Barrett, where did you go to? You were just here, Barrett. Here you are.
Hey, now the party can get started. Finally.
Okay. All right, let's ask you some questions.
As long as there's nothing too weird. Actually, on second thought, weird is wonderful too.
So it's about his power. So about your power.
It feels so bizarre to refer to it that way. But please, continue with your questions.
Is your power, if your power starts to turn you evil, what should I do? Oh my god.
Hey, not funny. It could happen. Power corrupts, you know.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe I'll become some sort of cosmic, many-eyed monster intent on devouring humanity. Then what? Anyway, evil is a silly concept, and I'm pretty sure you'd know what to do in that case anyway. I think.
Yeah, we'd have to put you out. We'd have to put you down. Why did you wait so long to get your power?
I thought it would change me. I thought, what if I can fly or see through walls or whatever? Would I be a different person? And if so, would I still care about the things I used to care about? It took a while for me to really figure out those feelings. They were buried deep below my drive to explore and my work with Constellation.
Well, you have a lot of valid points there. And what do you think about your power?
Well, I'm part of the Cool Kids Club now, right?
Yep.
But honestly, I don't really think it will change me that much. I'm still me.
Yep, you're still you with just another you that you can conjure up. So how do you feel about this power?
Not gonna lie, it's weird. I had hoped for the ability to fly or something, you know?
Like Superman.
Truth be told, I'm flattered. I mean, it is some sort of cosmic compliment, right?
Can you use your power right now?
I'm not sure. I'm still trying to get used to this power myself. It's so... I don't even know how to describe it. Odd.
I suppose I should have asked him this as soon as he demonstrated he had powers, but I never think about going back in and talking to people. Have you spoken with the other Barrett anymore?
No. I've been unable to replicate the experience since the temple. My hypothesis is that the quantum locking required to sustain the connection is only possible in certain situations. Perhaps it requires some sort of aligned momentum that could resonate beyond the origin universe. But that is pure speculation on my part. I don't have nearly enough data to support a solid theory at this time.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would, tell you the truth. We both have the same power. What do you think that means?
We're heroic power twins. Lowly copycats. Each other's nemesis. Probably none of that. Probably.
Okay. I think that's probably it.
Of course. What else do you want to talk about?
Nope, that's it.
Till next time.
All right, so he's going to be following me. And now we're going to go talk to one of my new ones, Mickey. He's the one that was the chef, supposedly, but he was also a journalist. He's a drunk, so.
Hey, boss.
So, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Sure. Gotta keep my interview skills sharp.
He's not a good-looking man at all. So I'd like to talk more about your career.
Get ready to have your mind blown, boss.
How did you get your start at the New Atlantean?
I started out as a copywriter there in my 20s. Writing for the New Atlantean was my dream job, so I took the first open position there that I could get. Sometimes I brought homemade food for the office. A junior editor on my floor found out I knew my way around the spatula and asked to publish some of my recipes. I told her no dice unless the offer came with a full-time writing gig. Turns out, she was looking for a big break too. So she took a chance on me. We pitched the idea for a regular column to management together. And a few months later, Mickey Caviar's Taste of Space was born.
The two of you must have made quite a team.
Yeah, we sure did. I worked with her my entire career. By the time I quit, she was one of the biggest names in the editing department, thanks in no small part to yours truly. I wonder what's going to happen to her now that I'm not around. Huh.
Will you tell me more about Mickey Caviar's Taste of Space? Well, actually, there was another question about who came up with the name, but I don't see that here now.
It started out as a recipe writing column. My specialty was creating dishes that improved on packaged chip food using easy-to-find ingredients. Easy market to break into. I've never met anyone who could eat synthetic scrambled eggs with a straight face.
Yeah.
When the column got more popular, my editor had the idea to branch out into restaurant reviews. Turns out, she's a genius. Reviewing restaurants is what made me really famous.
I'm starting to sound like your editor was the real brains behind your column. How long did your column run?
I was featured in the New Atlantean for almost 30 years.
Wow.
I even made a couple covers. That's big shot stuff right there. Now that I've quit writing it, copies of the magazine with my column in them are gonna become a real collector's item.
Are they now? How popular did your column get?
Real popular. Walk into any doctor's office in the UC, and you'll probably find my work somewhere. Lots of businesses subscribe to the New Atlantean. My editor and I used to joke that Mickey Caviar's Taste of Space was the official column of waiting rooms all over the settled systems.
Do you have a favorite restaurant in the settled systems?
Dawn's Roost.
Oh, really?
Oh, the real height of luxury. Right in the heart of New Atlantis.
Yep.
The only classier place in the settled systems is the rooftop bar at Paradiso. If you were after a casual meal, though, you can't beat the Brown Horse Tavern in the New Homestead. There's a reason they're the oldest restaurant in the galaxy.
I don't know if I ever ran into that restaurant in New Homestead. I really am lucky to have a big name like you on my crew. It's starting to sound like your editor was the real brains behind your column.
Nah, it was a partnership, boss. I needed her business know-how. She needed my talent in the kitchen. And my natural charm, of course.
You call that charm, do you? Why did you decide to quit your column?
Crab treatment, that's why. The last location shoot I did was a freaking disaster. And that's not your classic Mickey Caviar embellishment either. Out of a crew of 8, I'm the only one who lived to tell the tale. The rest of them died on the bug-infested hellhole of a planet the New Atlantean sent us to.
Oh,
Not that
wow.
the office cared. They didn't even bother to warn us about the dangerous aliens living there. And they didn't send a single rescue ship when we went missing either.
Wow.
Talk about a breach of contract.
I'm guessing those dangerous aliens are the reason you're the only one left. That's unbelievable. You deserve better. Sounds to me like they might have been trying to get rid of you. Why did they send you to such a dangerous planet in the first place?
I was working on a recipe featuring a mushroom that grows there. Turn your Kanak poutine into gourmet cuisine with this rare mushroom. My usual shtick. The New Atlantean wanted some shots of me on location for authenticity's sake. Those damn mushrooms. They were all I had to eat when things broke bad. And no amount of delicate, earthy aroma or savory flavor could convince me to eat them again.
I would imagine. Well, it sounds to me like they might have been trying to get rid of you. I'm guessing those dangerous aliens are the reason you're the only one left.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I've never seen anything like what happened to my crew. And I've been on shoots all over the settled systems. It was a total bloodbath. You're gonna think I'm making this up, but I swear I'm not. So, we're out in the jungle, right? I'm getting ready for my close-up, and BAM! A hungry alien jumps out of the trees and rips my camera guy clean in half.
Wow.
Next thing I know, they're all over us. I wasn't gonna go out at something's lunch, so I ran into the jungle. By the time I found my way back, the rest of my crew was dead. It wasn't pretty. I ended up having to trek back to the ship alone with no map and no supplies. It took months. And those damn aliens stalked me the whole way.
Why did it take months? I mean, how far away were you from your ship? I mean, you managed to get out there at all. That's tough. That's rough, buddy. How did you survive out there?
I had to live off the land. Can you imagine? Me, an award-winning columnist, reduced to hunting vermin and cooking plants over an open fire I made myself. And that wasn't even the worst part. I had to sleep on the ground for months. My back's never gonna be the same.
I don't know if I believe you or not. What did you do after you escaped?
I set the ship's autopilot to take me to Volii Alpha and passed out cold until I got there. When I landed on Neon, I sold the ship to some spaces for a payout. My editor can put the Trackers Alliance on it if she really wants it back. I took the money straight to the Astro Lounge and started drinking.
Oh, that explains why you ended up being a drunk. I'm amazed you managed to get out of there at all.
You and me both, boss. Roughing it in the jungle ain't my idea of a good time. After putting me through that, the new Atlantean can bite me. I decided I was going to quit my column before I even got off that planet. And you know what? I'm not telling anyone at the office I survived. Not even Jan, my editor. I thought we were friends. But I guess not. What kind of friend sends you to the depths of space and doesn't even call a rescue party when you go missing? She might take some flack for it at work. But I'm the one who spent 2 months without running water or a place to sleep. She got the sweet end of the deal.
Yeah, I'm with you. She's clearly in the wrong here. She should get in trouble. She should. I mean, I think that one comment about that they send him out there on purpose, I think that might be true.
Glad you're on my side here, boss. Makes me feel a lot better about lying to my oldest friend. Thanks for your 2 cents, boss.
So is Mickey Caviar your real name?
Nah, it's made up. I was gonna wait to unveil my real name to the settled systems in my upcoming autobiography. But since you're such a good boss, I'll give you a sneak peek. My real name's Frank Pastoria. Frankie to my friends. But that doesn't exactly scream charm or celebrity. When I got my publishing gig, I decided to change it. My grandma came up with the idea to call myself Mickey Caviar. She loved it. She even insisted on going by Grandma Caviar after I made the switch.
You know, you do look more like a Frankie than you do a Mickey. Can I call you Frankie then? Honestly, I'm not sure Mickey Caviar is much better than your real name. I'm gonna tell everyone your real name. Well, I can see why they came up with Mickey Caviar because, you know, he was going to be a journalist for food. Can I call you Frankie then?
Oh, you were serious? That's gonna be a no, boss. I like you just fine, but you gotta be in the inner circle to call me Frankie.
Okay, got it.
Sorry.
Your secret's safe with me.
I appreciate it, boss. I'll sign a copy of my autobiography for you once it's published, as a thank you.
Yeah.
You got it.
So who taught you how to cook?
My grandma. She raised me with a spatula in one hand and a cookbook in the other. She's the inspiration behind almost every recipe I ever wrote. My penchant for improving synthetic food with real ingredients was a Grandma Caviar original. She could turn anything into a gourmet meal, I swear. I've eaten at fancy restaurants all over the galaxy, and still nothing compares to her famous lasagna.
Yeah, good lasagna, you can't beat that. It must have been nice growing up with such a good cook. She found a way to make everything from chunks edible. I'm all ears. If she found. Did she mind you using her ideas in your column?
Nah, she loved it. She was always showing the columns off to her friends and bragging about how her grandson had made a big winner out. We used to joke that I didn't even need an agent, because I got so much free press out of her gabbing about the column with her friends.
Have you ever published her lasagna recipe?
Never have, never will. It's a family secret.
Good.
Grandma made me shake on that when she taught me how to make it.
Will you tell me more about her?
She always did love being the topic of conversation. My grandma was like a parent to me. She brought me up after my deadbeat dad decided on a solo career. Cooking was our special thing. We spent hours together in the kitchen. I like to think it made her proud that I used what she taught me to make it big.
It must have been nice growing up with such a good cook in the house. If she found a way to make anything from chunks edible, I'm all ears. Yeah.
Yeeps. Depends what you mean by edible, boss. Some things are beyond safe.
I agree about the chunks. I don't have any more questions for you.
You got it.
Okay, so that's Mickey Caviar, whose actual name is Frankie. I'm going to be giving him a hat. And then we have Sophie. Where'd Sophie go? She was here. Sophie! There you are. Now, I found her. She is a gangbanger for the Disciples. She's never been off the planet. Let's get you out here so we can talk to you. Come on over here. Come on. Can I get her over here? There you are. Okay.
Nice day, isn't it?
So, what's your deal?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, what about your childhood in Neon? I was a street rat.
I can deal with that.
You mentioned you'd been waiting your whole life to leave Neon. Why is that? Well, everyone's been wanting to leave Neon, right?
I couldn't stand what Neon was turning me into. The city has a way of sucking the life out of you and making you mean. I've seen it happen to lots of people. When I was forced to join the Disciples, I felt the meanness starting to get to me too. And that's what convinced me it was time to go.
So Neon's a stinking cesspool. We were both lucky to get out. I had no idea things in Neon were that bad. I'm sure not everyone who lives there feels that way. I think they do. What do you mean Neon sucks the life out of people?
Unless you're born into money, your best hope at making a living in Neon is slinging chasm bass or getting into some kind of crime. And if you do manage to wrestle your way up the ladder, there's always someone above you trying to kick you back down. When you live that way long enough, you start losing hope. Some turn to Aurora for a substitute. Those who don't end up just drifting. It's horrible.
Are you eavesdropping in on us over there, Gideon? You didn't join the Disciples by choice?
Not by a long shot. They strong-armed me into it.
Wow.
The gangs in Neon are just as good at taking advantage of people as the megacorps are.
And then there's Simon. Okay. Well, Neon's a stinking cesspool. We were both lucky to get out.
Yeah, we were. It's a rough place to grow up. I hope you're proud of how far you've made it. I don't know a lot of former street kids who have their own ships, let alone their own crews. You're an inspiration to the rest of us, Captain.
How did the Disciples convince you to join them?
I didn't have much of a choice. My family owes them a lot of money,
Oh,
and they agreed to let us off the hook for some of it if I'd join the gang and work for them.
slavery,
I couldn't pass
basically.
that offer up. My parents don't have a lot of income. They opened a shop in Ebbside with the money the disciples loaned them, but the strikers burned it down. I guess they thought the disciples were using it for some kind of money laundering.
Maybe they were. That's an awful situation. Joining a gang seems like a steep price to pay even to help out your family. Were your parents laundering money, or did the strikers get it wrong?
Of course the strikers had it wrong. My parents weren't doing anything like that. They opened the shop so people in Ebbside would have an affordable place to buy food.
Okay.
They only took a loan from the disciples. They never did any business with them.
Okay. So why were the disciples so interested in having you?
I know I don't look like it, but I'm one of the best brawlers in Neon. The disciples were looking for a new heavy, and I fit the bill. They'd actually been trying to recruit me for a while before I agreed to join up. I've been on their radar since I knocked out one of their members on the street. Guy should have tried to mug me. Might still have his front teeth, and I might not be in this situation.
So we know who the strikers are, but I'm going to ask anyway.
The Ebbside Strikers. They're a rival gang of the disciples. I'm really glad they weren't the ones who asked me to join them. Those guys scare me.
Joining a gang seems like a steep price to pay even to help out your family. Yeah.
It's not how I saw my life going. I'll just put it that way. But not having a way to pay would be worse for my family. My parents barely make a living at Xenofresh. They'd never get out of debt without my help. But I made it clear to the disciples that I wanted out as soon as the debt was paid. Honestly, I don't want to be anywhere near Neon when the last payment goes through. I'm sure the disciples would just find another way to get me to stay.
Yes, they would. I'm actually surprised that they're letting you leave. I'll do my best to keep you away from Neon. I sometimes do business in Neon. You might not be able to avoid going back. What else could the disciples use to get you to stay?
My family's still there. The disciples aren't above using people as tools to get what they want.
Well, I sometimes do business in Neon. You might not be able to avoid going back.
I get that. I won't ask you to make any changes to your business just for me, and I'll still go there with you if I have to. Just maybe try to stay away from Ebbside. We'll both be a lot safer that way. I'm really sorry you have to get wrapped up in this at all. I know it's a messy situation. Almost makes me sorry I ever learned to fight at all. The disciples might have agreed to let us pay off the debt in some other way if I didn't have something to offer them. Sorry, that's really heavy. Did you have any other questions?
She's a cute girl. You must have some serious skills if the disciples wanted you so badly. How did you learn to fight?
I learned from a Freestar Navy vet named Talon. He lived on the streets near my parents' place in Ebbside. My mom gave him food when he had it to spare. We sort of became friends since he lived in our area. He started teaching me to fight, so I'd be able to defend myself if anyone gave me trouble in Ebbside. I couldn't have picked a better teacher. Thugs in Neon talk a big game, but I don't know many with the combat skills to stand up to a Navy vet.
That's true. That must have been a big advantage on the streets. I'm not a big believer in using violence to solve problems. I can't say that. How did Talon feel about your decision to join the disciples?
He was pretty pissed.
I bet.
Talon hates gangs. He didn't speak to me for weeks after he saw me patrolling the streets with other disciples. That's one more reason to get out as soon as I can.
How did a Freestar Navy veteran end up living on the streets in Ebbside?
He got hooked on Aurora during the Colony War, so the Navy discharged him. It happens more than you'd think.
I'm sure.
He tried to get sober while he was teaching me, but I don't think he ever fully kicked the habit. Aurora's no joke. Personally, I'll never touch it.
Good for you. How did Talon react when you told him you were leaving Neon?
He was happy for me. He knows I've always wanted to leave Neon. It was tough to say goodbye. I made him promise he'd be there when I came back to visit. I told him I'd keep a journal while I traveled. So the next time we saw each other, I could show him all the amazing things I've seen.
There must have been a big advantage. That must have been a big advantage on the streets. Yeah, being a fighter, it would be, definitely.
It was. There's lots of crime in Ebside. I've been in more than one situation where knowing how to throw a good punch probably saved my life. Fighting really isn't my go-to solution, though. Defending yourself is one thing, but I'm not okay with unprovoked violence.
Yeah, I agree with that. That shouldn't be a problem. I don't start fights unless I have to. I hope I can count on you to back me up if things get violent out here. Did you learn that way of thinking from Talon?
Yeah, I did. He always says that combat skills are a tool, not a weapon.
Yeah,
and
they
that I
are.
should never use them unless I have to. I don't know what Talon saw on the battlefield, but it must have been really bad. He's even more opposed to violence than I am.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem. I don't start fights unless I have to, and that is true. That I try, I end up in violent situations, but usually it's never due to something I did. Usually, not 100%.
You have no idea what a relief that is. I was hoping for a captain who's interested in exploring the galaxy rather than picking fights.
All right. I don't have any more questions.
Thanks for checking in, Captain.
Okay. So, that was interesting talking to them. And I wanted to look at... So... Sophie has got stealth, 3 stars, and laser. So she probably wants a laser gun, kind of like what Sarah uses. And Mickey has incapacitation and wellness. So he doesn't have any incapacitation. I wonder what that is. What kind of skill would that be? Incapacitation. Oh, here it is. EM weapons are generally... Oh, he uses EM weapons? EM weapons are generally employed to damage robots, but can also be used to render human beings unconscious. So he likes working with EM weapons? I don't have anything in that. Interesting. Okay, so I do have some things here. I have an activity in Neon. I need to speak to, talk to Hamza. I'm not sure what this is about, but it was on my map. So let's go. So let's go talk to this person, whoever.
See that huge shield? It's part of the power system. Lightning provides a substantial amount of Neon's energy.
Yep, we already knew that, Eric.
Some kind of checkpoint ahead. Let's let them do their job so we can move along.
The scanners won't hurt you. Don't stop unless you're told to do so. There's a bounty on you. Get that cleared as soon as possible.
No, there's no bounty on me. There's no bounty on me. I just checked. Okay, Mickey.
Working hard or hardly working? Hey, boss.
I think I have a hat
Don't
for
fill my
you.
bag with rocks. That's all I ask.
Don't fill your bag with rocks. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get you some new attire, but not right now. Right now, I'm gonna get you a baseball cap, or do I have a? Let's give you this. It looks better than what you've got on right now. So we have a baseball cap and a settler's cap. Let's get you this and this. There.
Try not to miss me too much, huh?
Okay, here we go. So I don't know who this person is and why we're supposed to be talking to them. But we also have the Rajun faction quest that I want to get taken care of too. Guys, come on in. We're going to operations, okay? Who are you? Is this the person that... It's been a while since I've done anything here.
I can feel the life and happiness draining from my body already.
Oh, sorry, Barrett. You don't like
I hate
Ryufin.
being stuck in the office.
That's April, I assume. I assume it is. Okay. And who are you?
As technicians, we handle prep and post-op work. Beginnings and ends, as it were. You're interrupting me. Is this time accounted for?
Well, yeah, I put in a request for this time block. I don't care if it's not. What do you mean accounted for?
We're on a strict schedule. I just want to make sure this impromptu meeting is properly tracked.
Well, I put in a request for this time block.
I doubt that. I check my schedule regularly, and this conversation was not on the budget.
Oh,
If time
goodness.
is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano would not be pleased with such a frivolous expenditure.
She doesn't have to know. It's just a hallway conversation. We don't need to document everything. But Mrs. Serrano doesn't know, won't hurt her. I'll leave you alone then. Who is Mrs. Serrano?
Ms. Yuko Serrano? Senior Operations Specialist at Ryufin Industries? She's one of the heads of the department you're standing in.
Well, it's just a hallway conversation. You don't have to document everything.
You may have a point. And since you clearly have bandwidth to spare, maybe you can help me clean up a, minor indiscretion.
I'll be able to help you with this minor indiscretion. Is this something we need to discuss with management? What assignments are you currently working on?
I'm not at liberty to say. I will remind you of another common phrase, loose lips sink ships.
Yep.
So be cautious around the office and discuss intel at your peril.
So what is your schedule like here?
We're each assigned shifts to assist operatives, ensuring coverage at all hours. Personally, I like to keep my circadian rhythms intact. Early to rise, early to bed, as nature intended.
I might be able to, is this something we need to discuss with management?
Contractually, yes, but I'd rather avoid the embarrassment. Normally, I do a good job of setting boundaries between work and life. This incident is an exception.
So I might be able to help you with this minor indiscretion.
Good. Let me give you some background. Recently, I've been assisting the impoverished in both Ebbside and the Underbelly.
Oh, really?
I pay for the occasional meal, clinic visit, or comfort. But I may have lost a slate in the process. I need you to locate and retrieve it for me.
Why trust me?
It's not a matter of trust, but one of time. I have little to spare. You do not.
How do you know that? You're assuming I'm lackluster, that I haven't anything on my plate? What's on these documents?
Pre-assignment intel for one of our operatives. The contents themselves aren't too sensitive, so if you're thinking of betraying me, they aren't worth much as leverage. My sloppiness is simply an embarrassment that I'd like to correct.
Well, I'll find your slate.
Then we have an agreement. Good. Go to the Underbelly and talk to the panhandler, Huang. Discarded items are her specialty, so she may have come across the slate herself. If you can manage to find it, bring it back to me, and I will pay you for the time.
So this must have been an activity that popped up as I was walking around. Why spend your time volunteering?
Perhaps I can best explain with an analogy. There is an aquatic species on Volai Epsilon, which, by cruel irony or test of metal, hatches on dry land.
Wow.
Only 1 in 10,000 make it to adulthood. Most are eaten, Some simply die in the crawl to the ocean. Meanwhile, there is a similar species that is born in the water itself. They never make this journey and thus never know its hardship. Which begs the question, is that fair?
It's not, and it needs to change. I'm sorry, I stopped listening 3 sentences ago. Whole life isn't fair.
In the natural world, I'd agree. But here, we can make a change. I know what you're thinking, and I am not what you'd call a bleeding heart. Moreover, I find the underbelly filthy and unsanitary. But I also believe in equity. I am well aware that my life came with a head start. So I try my best to balance the equation and bring the hatchlings to the water.
Well, you're very liberal thinking. I mean, I agree with charity, but it also charity begins at home, too. It's pretty filthy down there, not gonna lie. What you call unsanitary, I call character? No, it's pretty filthy down there, not gonna lie about
The
that.
smells alone would back up your statement. And I do mean smells. Plural.
You're dealing with fish
But
guts.
as much as I dislike the underbelly, I will say this. It is a welcome change of pace. When you spend all day keeping secrets, a burden is placed on one's conscience. The time I spend volunteering sheds some of that weight.
So you're doing it for yourself, not for them. Okay.
As you were.
So, our new assignment is balancing the books. Speak to Hong. A Rajun technician, Rafig Hamza, has asked me to recover a slate with some classified intel. He suggested I speak to a panhandler in Neon who he's interacted with on several occasions. Is this going to be one of those long things, you know? That end up being a long quest?
I heard about your run-in with Tomo. It's too bad he learned the hard way.
Yeah, I know. If I'd used an EM weapon instead of a gun. I don't know.
Here's where the magic happens. And by magic, I mean creating aurora out of fish guts, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. Okay, here's the panhandler. Let's see if he's got any information.
Got any spare creds? I can always take them off your hands.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, Chief, you got any creds you can spare?
Well, I do. Get a job. Yeah, you can get a job. And she probably is working and still needs money because they just don't make much money. We know what goes on in Neon.
Thank you kindly. You're a class bass, you know that? I'll do my best to someday pay you back. Street's honor. This isn't a donation, it's an investment.
So, here, have some credits. Have you been panhandling for long?
About 6 years. I bet you could tell by how good I am at it. It took a lot of practice and some work on my messaging. But if you got any feedback, Chief, I'd love to hear it.
Well, for one, stop calling me Chief. You don't need any tips from me. I don't know, big harder maybe? For one thing, stop calling me Chief, yeah.
Sorry about that, Chief. It's a habit, you know? Crap, I did it again.
Do you have a place to stay?
Presently, no. Pastly, no. Futurely, it's a work in progress. Depends on how this fiscal quarter goes. But it's gonna take a lot for me to upgrade. I found a primo spot next to the trawl store. I got a roof over my head and all the garbage I can eat. I can't eat everything they throw out, but I can eat enough.
How does one get good at panhandling?
You want to know the trade secrets, huh? I don't blame you. It's a lot like real estate. Location and timing are big.
Yep.
You gotta be visible, but not so much that people call the guards.
Well, here, have some credits. I'll give you some more.
You really did me a solid, Chief. I've got no words.
Well, I got lots of money. Rajun, a technician, wanted to know if you found any slates.
Oh, I totally did. Found it in the dumpster right next to a half-eaten chunk. And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away all of my business spreadsheets. That won't happen with this slate. It's like wind resistant.
Okay, so you're acting like you're a business person and you're a street urchin. You keep spreadsheets?
I do. I write them on napkins you get from the eateries, and I use sauce packets for ink. It's not a perfect system, but it's pretty damn close.
Well, I can find your old spreadsheets in exchange for the slate. Keep the slate, just make sure you wipe all the data off of it. I want her to keep the slate. I mean, she's using napkins with sauce for ink. Oh my gosh. Keep the slate, just make sure you wipe all the data on it. Should I do that? He said that there's nothing important on it. It was just embarrassing the fact that he was sloppy and lost it, right? But was he telling us the truth? I don't think he was. Anyone who works for Rajun, they don't normally tell the truth. Well, I can find your spreadsheets.
That would mean I don't have to start over. All right, deal. I lost them near the employee break area. Look for any papers near the ground, the tables, maybe even the roof. You find all 3 spreadsheets, and I'll give you the slate.
Okay. This is gonna be fun.
You see any heat leeches? You've got our permission to take care of them. Things are dangerous, apparently.
Am I going the right way? Okay, it's this way. One of them down here. Yep, one of them's in this box, I think. Here we go. Napkin spreadsheet, April. So, April, end of month balance 11 creds. Previous month surplus 33 creds. Earnings 60 creds, expenses 82. Okay. So that was for April. Why would one of them be in here? It is. This is March. So earnings 87, expenses 78, previous month surplus 24, end of month balance 33. Okay. Why would that be in a refrigerator? Now we got to go to the roof. Boop. There's nothing else in these refrigerators. No, there isn't. Okay. So the next one is, how do we get up there? Okay. Come on. Okay, it's right up there. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. It's there. I see it. All right, come on. There we go. This was May. So March she didn't do bad. April she lost money, and it looks like she's losing more money here too. So earnings 74, expenses 66. Why is her expenses going up? Previous month surplus 11, end of month balance 19. Okay. She's not doing that good. The expenses are getting higher. Here, I found your napkins.
Hey, Chief.
I found your spreadsheets.
Wow, that's real class of you, Chief. A+ stuff. Now I can get my books sorted, executive style. As promised, your slate. Tell your techie friend I didn't peek inside. And even if I did, I don't know what half of it says anyway.
Okay. Can I give you more money?
Hey, it's my favorite customer. Got any more creds to spare?
Yeah. Would you like another donation?
It's all right. Once per day is enough. I don't want you to go poor.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
I should give you 2, so so you should be in the, you should definitely be way ahead of your yourself, your monthly balance. At Hell's Gate. Okay, I just downloaded a free mod called At Hell's Gate, and it just triggered because I went by SSNN thing. Okay. I was hoping not to trigger it, but that's fine. Here you go, I got your slate.
What is it?
Don't give me that exasperated voice. I recovered your slate.
Well done. It seems assigning you to this task was time well spent. And as I said when we met, time is money. Hopefully these credits will serve as adequate compensation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operative to debrief.
Okay. You didn't give me much, did you? No, that wasn't much money. So I'm going to go ahead and close down this episode. When we come back, we're going to be doing the Rajun factions. I think I only have a couple faction things left. Yeah, this is the only one I have left. Plant the Arc device. I've been carrying this around with me forever, so I do want to get rid of that. So if you're enjoying, click like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Sahara out.